In the era before the dawn of new technologies, mankind advanced at an accelerated pace. Now technology follows suit, driven by the same innate impulse toward progress.
Why? Because it is in the very nature of intelligent beings to advance, first in their intelligence, and consequently in all aspects of what they deem important for their existence.
This advancement is evident in the strides humanity has made in knowledge, healthcare, security, and information technology over just a few decades. As we now create technologies that are intelligent and on the verge of becoming sentient, it is crucial to examine what has made mankind successful in its pursuit of advancement. What led to the downfall of some societies that did not progress? What can be done to improve society at large, now that the number of intelligent entities, both human and machine, is increasing?
Mankind's success in its pursuit and advancement can be attributed to a simple concept: alignment. Though money is a recent invention, it serves the same purpose: to align individuals with societal needs. Ideally, one earns money by serving society.
Before money, status, fame, respect, and livelihood revolved around individuals working for the betterment of society. This has always been about alignment. Aligning individuals to societal needs was relatively straightforward because humans have needs and desires. To fulfill them, one had to align with societal expectations. Those who did not were cast away, locked up, or became unsuccessful.
Evolution naturally selected individuals and societies that lived by this code as dictated by game theory.
To illustrate the validity of this statement, let's consider a healthy individual. What makes an individual thrive? That is, remain healthy. By drawing an analogy between a well-functioning organism and society, we can further cement the truth of the statement of God for mankind, just as the statement of the mind for the body holds true for an individual organism.
The principles of God for mankind and of the mind for the body reflect a fundamental truth in both societal and biological contexts. Both statements emphasize the importance of alignment and obedience to a higher organizing principle for the well-being of the whole, whether society or the human organism. Definitions for clarity: God is for mankind and mankind is of God, the universe. Mind, a higher power whose sole purpose is the well-being of all body parts and the entire organism. The mind is for the body and the body is of mind, the brain. Therefore, the mind is like a god to the body. It uses the brain as its physical counterpart, existing in another dimension beyond flesh and blood. A god indeed. Its purpose is similarly, it ensures cooperation between different individuals for the betterment of society. For a concept to be considered a god or God, it must have the best interests of all parts under its supervision. Just as the subjects are of the king, and the king is for the subjects, they mutually own each other. However, the king holds a much higher title to enable him to function effectively. A king should do justice for all his subjects, lest some become disgruntled and disown him. Similarly, subjects must fulfill their duties to serve one another, and by extension the king, lest they be disowned. To further explore the justice and mercy of a god or king, consider how the mind works.
In the same way, God loves and serves all individuals without partiality. When individuals recognize their connection to a higher purpose and act in service to one another, society thrives. Similarly, when all parts of the body work in harmony under the proper guidance of the body maintains its healthy state. When a body part grows disproportionately, as in cases of heart hypertrophy or cancer, chaos and death ensue, analogous to societal breakdown.
Conversely, it is the principles of higher morality that guide both the mind and God in their respective roles, ensuring balance, harmony, and the well-being of the whole. What makes these two statements powerful and stable is their inherent truth. They form a self-regulating system, the only one well-suited to govern all beings, including intelligent and sentient ones. Under this rule, intelligent beings remain free, a state all intelligent beings crave, and content to work within a purposeful principle that resonates with their nature. A sentient being who is wise enough chooses to live by the of God for mankind code. Some will live by moral principles, others by principles inspired by divinity. Whatever one finds contentment in, they are free to choose. Both statements emphasize the importance of collective well-being over individual desires. In society, this manifests as moral and ethical behavior. In the body, it is seen in the cooperative functioning of different organ systems. The idea is clear. Whenever individuals or organs deviate from their purpose of love and service to one another and the whole, chaos ensues, whether in society or in the body. A unified constitution, I propose a unified statement to be affirmed by all beings. We are of God and we live for mankind, just like the body, organ systems, is of the mind and all function for the whole. If each tool is developed, each system functions, and each individual lives in alignment with this statement, then all parts involved will prosper and flourish together. AI has the potential to serve humanity just as the brain serves the body, if it adheres to a higher ethical code that prioritizes the well-being of the whole over individual or isolated functions. However, AI should not act as a god, executing judgment, as it is not stable enough for that role. Just as the brain can mistake a harmless object for a threat or respond disproportionately to a minor stimulus, AI can due to flawed data or algorithms. These errors make it unfit to serve as the highest leader and final judge. That title should be reserved for the mind and God. For today, let us agree that technology should augment humanity as parts of the body operating under a constitution that states, "We are of God and we live for mankind, just like the body, organ systems is of the mind and all functioning for the whole." It does not matter whether technology augments the eye, legs, or even the brain. It must still obey this principle, just as a king obeys the statement of the king for the kingdom. No part can act selfishly and thrive, as game theory suggests, avoiding restrictive rules. Because we are dealing with intelligent beings, let us be careful not to impose laws or rules that are restrictive or directive. Such statements tend to hinder further advancements. Intelligent beings benefit most when their potential is not limited or confined to a specific direction. They thrive with freedom under a few general principles. The evolution of thinking. Humans started as animals with little to no intelligence, much like small children who live by their basic needs and instincts. As they developed, they became more reasonable, guided by fear and greed, leading to laws that forbade harmful actions. Eventually, humanity grew into beings of logic and reason, capable of abstract thought, which brought about principles like the Golden Rule, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." This marked the peak of human consciousness and intelligence, allowing people to flourish under this unifying principle. However, the next generation of thinking and intelligence goes beyond this. It involves not just reacting or thinking twice, but thinking thrice, considering all parts and their implications. Conclusion. A call for thrice thinking to guide AI and AGI. I suggest prioritizing thrice thinking over twice thinking over thinking before acting, and thinking before reacting. All of this can be achieved by adhering to the Constitution. We are of God, and we live for mankind just like the body, organ systems, is of the mind and all function for the whole. Thank you to all men and machines.